So here is a little tiny work lesson when dealing with other people, especially when there's teams and, they're idiots, whatever it is. First off, you're going to want to remove your ego from any conversation if they've done wrong or you're just trying to fix a thing, but. So let me give you an example. I'm working on a job and they gave me certain files. They happen to be wrong files or not up to date. And then they give notes, kind of snippy notes about, this is wrong, this is the wrong thing, whatever, but it's like they gave me the file. And then I send them something or I request certain information and, snippy return, so on, whatever it is. For me, completing the work, making them happy is a good thing. That's what my goal is. And more so, getting the downtime in between the things. So the faster I can do the job, the more time I have to rest. So the goal is that ease of a day. So eventually they wanted to have a call and they're like, well, what can we do different? Like, whatever. And they're being kind of nice. And I'm like, well, when this file came, it didn't have specificities. It was very general, but I don't know your terminology. I don't know all these things. And I guess whoever created the file, snapped back and was like, well, I did this and I sent that. And then blah, 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 blah. And my gut reaction was to be like, no, you didn't. Whatever, and just completely argue and have proof in all the emails and so on. But this is what made things better. So I said, well, that may be true. However, what I'm looking for is a way to solve it instead of going backwards in time, figuring out what happened. Can we get the new thing? Can we get some clarity or so on? So it's a transition of authority, power, responsibility, and letting somebody be heard without telling them wrong and, giving them the floor to be like, yeah, I was right. Oh, whatever, ego. Who cares? As long as you can move forward and not have this as a problem and get over it is a very, very important and powerful move. It's like a power move to be like, yeah, I don't care if I'm right or wrong. Just tell me how to make this better, and I'll just give you what you need. And it's the end of story. Let's move on from this. I don't care. And that lack of attempting to be right all the time in any argument and just trying to figure out the solution, I feel and proved to be a very good power move. And anybody else, aside from that one person, was like, wow, that's great. Haha, they're ridiculous, so on. The emails coming in and be like, that was stupid, whatever. But I wanted to share that because it's so easy to just argue being right, especially at work. And if you are right, that should be what we want to do. We think that we might threaten our job if you're wrong. No, if you're wrong, actually admitting you're wrong is better. But even if you are right, there's no reason to care if you're right if the situation already exists. Just move on and make it better and be the person who solves problems, not always gets it right. It's just easier that way. So the problems will continuously happen, and if there's always problems with the same person, it'll eventually show up. So that's it for today. Cheers.